So, as you well know, the van is not quite finished. We're missing some doors. This is still to get tiled, but restrictions have eased significantly in Scotland, so we thought, while we've got the chance, we're just going to get away. And we may or may not have purchased paddle boards last week.
Yeah, the paddle boards are taking up quite a lot of room, and we're transporting some for our friends, so it shouldn't look like this on all of our trips.
You'll see it looking delightful and in use. Even though it's not quite finished, I'm sure it'll do the job. And I can't remember if we showed you. Obviously you can't see them very well, but look how cute this is! Our
custom cushions are now on the bed, so we'll have our first proper night sleeping in them tonight.
Yes.
We've got our pillows and everything, so we should be sorted.
But we'll keep you updated along the way.
A 4-hour drive ahead of us, and we'll be somewhere in the remote Scottish Highlands, so...
Yeah, it's really good. We've picked somewhere with no phone signal, middle of nowhere, no campsite for our first time testing out the van. Seems like a good option.
Go big or go home,
Exactly.
Well, we'll see you there.
We've come through.
It's not always.
We've come through some nice sun again, but it's actually snowing now, so that's an interesting development.
Yeah.
Real peaks and troughs of the weather, guys.
To be fair, it has just been showers. It went off quite a lot. It's been nice and sunny, so we're only 41 minutes away from our destination.
Final destination.
Fingers crossed that
we might rethink our final destination if it's snowing when we get there.
Yeah.
We picked a very secluded place, pretty much in the middle of nowhere, because we were thinking hopefully we'll probably be the only people there. A couple of our friends are joining us as well, so we thought, well, that would be quite good. We just kind of sussed out a good spot. But there's been a car that's been following us for about the last hour since Inverness, and we're now 19 minutes away on this tiny road. So I don't know, we're thinking odds on they might be coming our way.
Back if it worst comes to worst, and scare them away. So, speaking of scare.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's fine.
That was a bit hairy. So we've arrived in the general location of where we want to be, but obviously Google Maps was 10 years old from the site, so we're still actually trying to recce where's the kind of ideal spot, because obviously we've got the van, which is amazing, but we're meeting a couple of friends and a couple of them have tents, so we just need to make sure that it's kind of suitable for everyone and that we're all kind of close enough together. But Ryan's just down here wrecking a couple of spots. Obviously doesn't help that it's raining / hail / snow, so obviously that limits just slightly where tents can go, just because it's a bit boggy on the ground, but I'm sure we'll find somewhere good, so we'll let you know where we end up. And yep, here's the hailstones on.
Okay, so we have arrived at the destination that we found on Google Images, which was 10 years out of date, but we had faith that it was going to be good, and it seems like a good location. It would probably
look better if it wasn't hailstoning.
Yeah, we show up and it's hailstoning, which makes the area not look as great, but it's a car park and that's the loch over there. We'll show you that later on. Hopefully we'll be out on our paddle boards on it.
So, shock, the rain's come on again, but we found a really good spot. Really happy. It's like right by the water, so I'll show you when hopefully it gets a bit sunnier, because it doesn't look great right now. But I was going to show you the setup. It's quite rammed. Basically we're going to be quite off-grid for like 5 days, so we have a lot of stuff with us, so it's a bit more crammed than we maybe would have liked, but I'll show you what we've got going on. So obviously we've got our couch situation going, and just our pillows for sleeping right now, and just hidden away our bed covers and sleeping bags and everything underneath. And then we've obviously got vital supplies. Under here we've got a big box that's got all our food in it, and obviously a lot of Fireball as well. And then over here we've kind of got our gas and everything, and then some miscellaneous items like bread that wouldn't fit, and then our bucket, everything like that. And then up here we've got all our snacks, which again we've went quite heavy on the snacks, and then our little drinks bar, so whether it's a coffee or a tea or something a bit stronger, we've got a nice situation going there. So obviously got our table that we can sit at. This I just put up so that you could see it, but this is obviously for later on at night. You can put your phone in there and act as a bit of a TV, so that just attaches on, so we can just bend this however you see fit. And then obviously we've got our cooler, which got the all important stuff for the barbecue later. So it's actually fitting not bad considering there's a lot of stuff. So I'll show you kind of more of an outside view. Obviously in the front seat we have our paddle boards, as they were not fitting anywhere. But they'll be out front just now until we blow them up, and then we'll just keep them outside because, as I said, I'll show you in a second, but we're building a bit of a tarp in between two of the cars just so that we've got a little space that's under cover, and then we've got another space that's got our fire and little chairs around it. So once it's sunny it should look great. So update on how our solar panel's doing, even though as you've seen it's maybe not been the sunniest of days, but Ryan's phone ran out battery on the way up, so he's plugged it into charge and it's still 100%, and his phone is, oh, if it'll focus, it won't focus, but it's on 64%, so I'd say that's pretty good considering we're still at 100 because we're being topped up by the current non-existent sun, so that works for me.
Here we are, set up for our first trip with Doug.
Yep, I gave a little indoor tour, but obviously it looks a bit more spacious from outside. So obviously we've got our table out here, which is great. The bed set up, as I showed you, all the goodies, and underneath, oh, and also behind there is all of our clothes, because you might have wondered where they were. But yeah, looking good. So this is our little tarp situation. It's obviously, it's been quite ropey. But then when it is nice, we have the nice water behind us. So we're gonna brave it. We're getting our paddleboards out. We're wetsuited up, so we're just blowing them up just now to get out on this lovely grey loch. So I think it'll be good.
Famous last words. Okay, here we are, all pumping our paddle boards. Well, I'm busy doing the filming obviously. But we have Heather here. She's actually got the largest one out of the lot of us, so that's not really too fair.
I'm so tall.
Yeah, you can have Ed sitting on the front of yours. And that is where we're heading today. It looks lovely. I'm sure it will start getting a lot sunnier when we're out there.
Once again, it's actually turned out quite nice. So it's been real highs and lows today, but we went in paddleboarding. It rained the whole time, but I mean, we were in there anyway, so it was good fun, and hopefully we'll go in again tomorrow morning, see what happens, see what time we wake up. But this is what it looks like when it's not actually raining, which is pretty good. So Ed's tent, Doug, and then we've got a little tarp set up, and then David's car, and then Grant's also joined us. So it looks pretty good. We've got a little fire going just now. So Ryan set up a good fire, which we're drying off our shoes and wetsuits beside, but looks pretty good. And probably the most random dish I've ever seen get made is David's making some soup. Yeah, he does have a full pot with him on the stove. He's currently cutting up a turnip.
Right. Yeah, we're making lentil soup today.
So yeah, I mean, who says you've just got to eat out of tins when you're camping?
It's quite simple really. You start the chicken stock, you chop all your veg, lentils, leave it for, I don't know, an hour, and then we've all got lentil soup.
I mean,
who wouldn't make lentil soup when I camping?
it sounds good to me. It's going to warm us up
I think it's
after.
pretty normal.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. So how's it going? It's looking pretty good, isn't it?
It's looking pretty
Ooh.
tasty. It's not bubbling because the gas ran out, but
But it's
new gas
sitting
in,
there.
So
We've got the means to resolve that.
Should
So
be ready at some point today.
in 5 to 6 hours, it will be perfect.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, we'll come back and check on you in a little bit, see how it's going.
Slowly walking down the hall, faster than a cannonball. Where were you while we were getting high? Someday you will find me caught beneath the landslide of a champagne supernova in the sky.
So, as the accompaniment to David's soup,
This isn't deep fat fried song. This is not deep fat fried song. Right, and I'd say we give that 3 hours.
only half the time that it makes to make soup.
Soup's still cooking, but it's probably just about ready.
You're the soup man, I'm the chip man.
So David, how's it going?
So it's time to season the soup, so it's nearly ready. Now, lentil soup is traditionally made by grannies, and grannies love salt. We have here freshly cracked black pepper.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. It's looking good.
No, but this one's like look at the size of this. This is like a pocket pack.
Looks a nice colour.
I never want to see 400 feet away.
That's fabulous.
Is it seasoned well?
Yeah, it's seasoned perfectly.
Wait, that's it.
Oh, let's dish this up.
Ready to serve. Oh, look at this warming soup.
Delicious.
Please, David, could I have a little?
You can have a little bit. One label two?
Maybe two. No, maybe two.
In case it's short.
Oh, thank you. That looks
more?
no, that's wonderful.
Well,
thank you.
get a
Look
bit
at
more
that.
bacon in this one.
Oh, okay, we're going for
there we
3. We're
go.
going for 3. It happened.
Yes.
Thank you. The chef himself. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Cheers. So we've just had our first overnight in Doug. All went well. Little condensation, but nothing too dramatic. But yes, super comfy. Happy with that.
As you can tell, I need a shower. So, we have bought a 12 volt shower bucket here with a pump in it. It plugs into our power port thing, and then boiling up some water right now. I'm going to have a shower out here in the wilderness before we get kicked off onto our new site. Yeah, a bit of a...
So how does it work? Is it like an electric pump or?
Yes, it's electric. It works off of our battery and our solar panel. As you can see, we're getting...
But
power right
what's
now.
in here?
That's just the water, that's the pump.
Okay.
So the power pulls the water through there, up here now at the shower head here. I'll give you a wee demonstration just now. This is just cold water, but...
Oh wow, that's quite effective. Yeah.
You want a nice cold shower? There you go.
I'm good right now, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, things have taken a bit of a turn. Obviously yesterday those 2 warden girls had come down and just basically said that we couldn't really camp where we were camping, even though it should have been legal.